Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baruch HaKodash, and double honors to all elders and apostles of GMS, the Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. Shalom, shalom. And this is Brother Nabala here with a lesson. All right, in this article that I came across on the People's Voice, and it came out December 7th. All right, and as we can see, there's a lot of things escalating. Okay, with these proxy wars. Russia, Ukraine. Syria. All these different countries, man. You know, getting ready to you know um, you know bring forth the climax of World War III. All right. And so, as all that is going on, all right, you got these other different countries, all right, rolling out, these digital IDs, all right. Um, so, as it says here, it says Australia rolls out digital ID system with plans for carbon tracking and social credit scores, all right. And, uh, I learned this from another brother, I can't remember, exactly his page, Salakia. I know he's a GMS brother, but I learned this from him. And right here, it says that carbon is considered a single element, meaning it is made up of only one type of atom, and therefore contains only one element. But here's the point: it says carbon itself is atomic number is 6. Slovakia, all right. So the atomic number is 6, signifying that a carbon atom has 6 protons in its nucleus. All right. So it has 6 protons in its nucleus, man. All right. So that's and everybody knows, the number 6, represents the number of man according to the book of Revelations 13. All right, as we're gonna get into. All right. Um, let me see. Let me see what it says right here in the etymology, if there's anything important. Um, let's see. Heat, fire. There's nothing really, important right there. But, so that's the, I kind of just wanted to bring that out. All right. There's a significance, to, a carbon footprint. All right. And the number 6, um, is the number of man, all right, which at the end, is going to lead up, to the MOTB, all right. This is all, this is just a route, in order for them to push out the MOTB. All roads lead to the MOTB, all right. So you got these many different countries. I know the UK. Right here in Australia, all these different these countries, pushing this out. This is not being talked about. All right. While they got many people distracted, with these different, these different topics, going around. All right. Different distractions. Salakia. It says the Australian government is making significant strides toward total digital surveillances and control with the digital ID bill, which combines 128 personal documents and indicators into a centralized government system. A centralized, all right. So let's look up this word centralized. Okay. It says for an activity of organization controlled by a single authority or managed in one place. All right. And what does that sound like, man? That sounds like the NWO, the New World Order, man. That's exactly what it sounds like, and that's exactly where Australia is heading to. All right. And ultimately, the whole world is going to be headed, to into a centralized government system. All right, which is that NWO, that New World Order. It says this system is designed to streamline identification across various sectors, such as banking and credit, and potentially extend to carbon usage tracking and social credit scores in the future. All right, it says earlier this week, the Australian government also implemented strict regulations regarding social media access. Children under 16 will now be banned from accessing social media, which may see the precursor to more widespread bans for users of all ages. All right, so that's ultimately um, they want to make this a one world government. All right, and control everything. All right, and that's Esau, man. Esau, wants to play as God, man. He wants to be he wants to be God. All right, as the scripture says. Let's get that real quick. What does it say? Um, he is God. Let's get that. Um, it's not the book of Genesis. He is as God. Is it? He is as God. Let's get. Hold on one second. He he is as God. Is it this one? Genesis. Let's see. Romans. No, 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 no. Oh man. Let me see. He's holding himself above all. Oh, here we go. Right here. Here we go. Second Thessalonians. We'll start at verse 3. Second Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means." All right, because Esau, Edom, they're gonna use this digital ID and pushing out this MOTB. They're gonna use that to deceive you, to make it seem like it's convenient. All right. It says, "For that day shall come, except there come a falling away first." All right. Now this is actually, getting into Israel. All right. When Israel, fell away. All right. And it says, "And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right. And who's that? And this is, like I said before. This is getting into the account. Of Israel falling away. All right, falling away from knowing who they are. Falling away. From Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Just losing their heritage. All right. But this scripture could be twofold. All right. So the son of perdition. Esau can also be referred as to Esau Edom. All right. So the man of sin. All right, that's Esau. That could be referred to Esau Edom too. All right, the son of perdition. It said, "Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called Yahweh Bashim Salakia, that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." All right. So that's Esau Edom, man. He exalts himself as God, man. And showing that he wants to be God, man. How does he do that? He does that by trying to get complete control, of the people. All right, and ultimately, he wants to try to get control, of the souls, of the elect. But the scriptures tell you that the very elect cannot be deceived. Let's get that. The very elect cannot be deceived. Let's see. I know it's in the book of Matthew. Let's see. It says, and take heed that ye be not deceived, for me shall come my name saying, deceive, elect, Salakia. Let's see. See, here we go. Matthew 24:24. It says, for there shall rise false Shamashayak and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. All right, and Esau Edom's not going to be able to deceive the very elect, man. They're not going to be able to deceive, the elect. All right, if you're part of Yahweh Bashim Awashai's fold, you know what I mean. If you're one of his sheep's, all right, the scriptures tell you that my sheep shall hear my voice. All right, so if you're one of Yahweh Bashim Shai's, then you're not going to take, this MOTB. At the end, that's what it's all going to come down to. All right, when they're bringing out this digital ID, because they want to centralize everything. All right, they want it to be a one world government. All right, so let's get back to this article. It says the system designed to streamline identification across various sectors such as banking and credit, and potentially extending carbon usage tracking the social credit scores in the future. It says earlier this week, the Australian government has implemented strict regulations regarding social media access of children under 16 will now be banned from accessing the social media, which may see a precursor to more widespread bans for users of all age. It says critics warn that this could serve as the means of further controlling online discourse by enabling the government to restrict access to social media platforms at the discretion. Discretion. So they're going to be, pretty much the government is going to be able to, you know, restrict the access, of the media, man. Whenever they feel like it. All right. And that's part of their control, and ultimately that's going to lead up to famine of the word. All right, so let me see, let's get that. All right, because we're getting close, man. We're getting close to famine of the word as well. All right. Let me see, I know it's in the book of Amos, or is it Job? Famine of the word, Slovakia. I wonder why it's not popping up. Let me see. Let me go here. Slovakia. What is it? Famine of the word. Amos 8 and 11. Let's get that. All right. Because ultimately, the famine of the word is going to come. All right. And that's due to them, being able to have, full control, through, this carbon footprint, ultimately, to, the MOTB, getting implemented, man. It says, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Bashim Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and shall not find it. You see? All right, so ultimately, with them centralizing this and them, trying to push this MOTB, man, that's going to bring forth that famine of the word as well. All right. Let's get back to this article. It says social credit scores. It says the expanded Australian government digital ID system is rolling out in 4 phases in the coming year, which may overlap the preceded by pilots. It says the digital ID bill passed the Australia Senate in April this year, and critics warn the growing push for carbon tracking and social credit scores in Australia presents significant threats to the civil liberties and privacy, right? Because they want to know everything that you're doing, man. They want to know everything that you're getting into. They want to know, how long you sleep, how much you walk, how much air you breathe, how much gas you're using, how much you're traveling. They want to know all these things, man. All right. It says social credit scores, which track individuals' behavior across various aspects of life, including financial transactions and social interactions and online presence, pose an obvious threat to freedom of speech and privacy. It says the system works by evaluating citizens based on their activities, right? So this carbon, footprint, is gonna, evaluate you based off your activities, man. So pretty much, if you go against the grain, of this one world government, pretty much, man, you're gonna be, shunned, from the society, man. It says both online and offline, potentially punishing those whose actions or opinions do not align with the state approved standards. There you go. You see, so if you speak against, you go against the grain, of the government, you'll be punished for it, man. All right, and ultimately, when the MOT comes out, some people will be put to death for that, man. All right. Um, it says in China, a social credit system has already been implemented, and its potential for abuse is widely discussed. Citizens there face consequences ranging from travel bans to social ostracism if their social score falls too low. There you go. See, ostracized, man. Let's see. Let's get into that word ostracize. Exclusion from society or group. There you go. You know, there you go. Shun, ostracized, man. From the society. For speaking against or going against the grain, man. It says the risk is a similar measure could be used in Australia, where the government could restrict access to services, travel, or even employment based on individual social credit score monitoring infringes in personal privacy. As every action and interaction becomes a data point used to access individuals' worthlessness in the eyes of the state. Carbon tracking. Carbon usage tracking introduces another layer of potential government control. While the goal of reducing carbon footprint to combat climate change may seem noble, linking carbon usage to personal freedom can become problematic. If a government can track and restrict an individual's carbon emission, it might begin regulating personal behavior in ways that affect day-to-day life. Right? You see, and that will affect the people's day-to-day life, man. It says, for instance, it could impose penalties or restrictions on the amount of energy you use in your home. See, there you go, and they, giving you limits. All right, they want to control you, man. They want to control your limits, man, to what you do. All right. It says the kind of transportation you take, or even your dietary choices, all based on how much carbon you are deemed to be emitting. This could lead to social credit score. It says linked not just as behavior but to environmental impact, where individuals who exceed certain carbon thresholds could face restrictions or penalties, man. So you're gonna, you're gonna be penalized, man. If you exceed over a certain amount, all right, you're gonna be penalized for that. It says the implementation of such measures would effectively force individuals to change their lifestyle to meet government imposed environmental quotas, undermining personal autonomy. If these measures are not challenged, they will radically diminish personal freedoms. See, radically diminish, man, stifle dissent, and ultimately lead to a society where individual autonomy is subjugated to authority and government control. So that's pretty much what they want to do. And I can't remember who said it, but It was along the lines, own nothing and be happy. You see, so that's pretty much where they're getting to. It says as these systems roll out in Australia, they represent a chilling reminder that the balance between soci- the societal benefits and personal freedoms must be carefully maintained, or we risk living in a future where every action is tracked, scored, and regulated by the state. So that's what it's coming down to. All right, and ultimately, it's going to lead to the MOTB, which we're going to get here, Revelations 13. This Revelations 13 and 16. All right, or we could start at 15. All right, because it did talk about people being punished. All right, so it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right, so if you don't worship this beast, all right, this beast system, all right, which is this beast system, which is pretty much that the Roman Empire 2.0, once again, all right. If you don't worship this beast, then many will be killed, man, for not worshiping this beast. All right. All right, and the image, that image, of the beast, represents that new world order. All right. And it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in the right hand or on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. All right. And that's, pretty much where, this is heading to. And it says, save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and the number is 603 score 6. All right, and we read here. Let's go back here. That carbon, has atomic number of 6. All right, signifying that the carbon atom has 6 protons in its nucleus, man. So that's the number of man. So when it's all said and done, this is where it's heading. All right. You got these many distractions. You got people totally oblivious to what's going on, man. And this is definitely going to catch people. This is definitely going to catch people. With the guards down, man. All right. So that's why we gotta watch as well as pray. All right, and we're gonna finish off with that. We're gonna watch and pray. Let me see. Here we go, right here. We'll get this in Luke. We'll start at 34. Luke 21, it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest any man's, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with the surfeiting of drunkenness and the cares of this world. All right, you being caught up, in the things of this world, man. Being caught up, in your day to day life, And it says, and so that day come upon you unawares, man. Because you got the people, man, that are so caught up, in their, day to day life, getting caught up, in the things of this world and not paying attention, to these prophecies taking place, that, eventually, this is going to creep up, upon them, and it's going to creep up, of their unawares. Matter of fact, let's look up that word unawares. It says unexpected, sudden, unforeseen. Do you see? So it's gonna, it's gonna come unexpected, sudden, unforeseen, because the people aren't watching. You see, the scriptures tell you, man, to watch as well as pray. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that should come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right. So, man, that's, what it's going to boil down to, man. We got to watch and pray. A lot of people, that are, overcharged, their hearts are overcharged with the servitude and drunkenness and the cares, of this world, man. They're it's going to come upon the unawares, man. And ultimately, those are going to be the same people that are going to get destroyed. Those are the same people that are going to take that MOTB. All right. So, I just thought I would bring out this article here, man. It's a good read. It's right here in People's Voice. All right, so this is what we're heading to right now, man. This is, and they're not talking about this. All right, so this is just something that, blowing the trumpet, But, with that being said, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to our elders and apostles, GMS, the Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. All right, and this is Brother Nabala. Until the next lesson, Shalom, Shalom.